What's up, BBL crew? This is your boy, Perfect Blue, coach of the San Diego State Azelfs, and today I have week 3 of the BBL, where your Azelfs will be taking on the New York Mews, coached by Pokemaster Mike. If you guys want to join the BBL server, I will post a link in the description down below. So the New York Mews roster should be appearing on your screen right about now. As you can see, Mike has the non-Geomancy Xerneas, Celesteela, Manaphy, Z Zygarde 50%, Cofagrigus, Mega Gyarados, Mienshao, Z Crobat, Miltank, Electivire, and Claydol. Looking at his team from just from a team perspective, he has a really scary team with Xerneas, obviously. Strong Fire, Water, Grass core. He has no Fire type though, and I'm going to try to exploit that a weakness that he has this week by bringing Mons such as Victory Bell and Victini, because I do feel like those two Mons in particular destroy his team. Victory Bell with just a little bit of chip has the potential to sweep him if the sun is up, and Victini, his only real response to this thing is the Miltank, I feel like. Just Miltank is really it, honestly. Mega Gyarados does not want to switch into it, neither does Manaphy in particular. Mons I feel like he's not going to bring are Claydol, it's a Claydol, Electivire, it's an Electivire, and Mienshao, which does get destroyed by my Giratina and my Lugia. Everything else is fair game though. So as we can see, I'm bringing Victory Bell, Strawberry, with the Life Orb, Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb, Weather Ball, and Hidden Power Ice. If I'm in the sun, I completely destroy him with this Victory Bell. It's enough speed to outspeed Zygarde 50% if it's at +1, so I can revenge it if it has a Dragon Dance up. The reason I wanted Modest was just for the extra power. I could have outsped like a Scarf Xerneas, I guess, or like a +1 Manaphy or a Scarf Mienshao, but I did really want the power in Modest Victory Bell, and I felt like with the Xerneas in particular, he wouldn't really speed creep me or run max speed on his Xerneas, as my next mon up is the Groudon in my speed tiers. With Manaphy, I guess if Rain is up, then if he can't run like a Z Rain Dance Manaphy, which is pretty annoying. And even so, I have Ditto, which is the second mon I'm going to talk about. Ditto completely counters like the Crobat set I feel like he's going to bring. I really want to scout out that Crobat set early just for useful information. Ditto's more of a scouter this game though, but it can prevent him from setup sweeping. Next I'm going to talk about Darkrai, Nasty Plot 3 tax. I feel like this is the best Darkrai set I could bring. Poisonium Z obviously for that Xerneas. Next we have Ruby the Groudon with the Heat Rock. I wanted Heat Rock just to keep the sun up for the Victory Bell, and also to give my Victini some boosted Blue Flares, as I'm running Special Tini this week, as I feel like he's probably going to bring Physical Miltank to try to check it, and I really want that extra power. Additionally, clicking V-Crate can be bad because it gives Mega Gyarados free setup. Last mon is Bluegia the Lugia, Sub-Calm Mind with Psychic Thunderbolt. This destroys him. Enough HP so that Seismic Toss from Miltank doesn't break my subs. Also, Celesteela Heavy Slam is a roll to break my subs, so I can potentially set up on that if I do get good enough rolls. And Psychic Thunderbolt just kind of hits his entire team. If I get like 4 or 5 Calm Minds up with Lugia, I legit just win the game. I'm running a lot of speed on this thing, just to outspeed things, such as the Mega Gyarados, which can lay off a really big hit onto me. Anyways, that's enough about the team. Let's get right into the battle. So as we can see here, Mike decides to bring Crobat, Celesteela, Xerneas, Miltank, Zygarde 50, and Mega Gyarados. My lead here, I'm thinking, is going to be the Lugia. It has a good matchup against 4 out of the 6 mons. If he does lead Crobat, I can go into my Ditto just to scout his set. If he does lead Mega Gyarados, that could be a bit scary though. But he cannot set up with against me because Lugia does hit it hard enough, and I can always go into Ditto after. So, I'm going to lead Lugia. If he leads anything else besides those two, I can just sub and Calm Mind up. and potentially win the game with my Lugia right there. So anyways, let's get right into the battle. As you can see, I'm challenged by Pokemaster Mike. He decides to lead the Crobat, which is a bit annoying because I don't want to get poisoned or taunted by this Crobat. So right here, with my Lugia, I'm going to pull a switch hard into my Ditto, just to scout his set. As I do see that he does have the Brave Bird, Steel Wing, U-Turn, and Defog, which makes me think this is a banded Crobat, or just a max speed, max attack kind of one, because you're going to see this U-turn does do a bit of damage, so it does reveal that he is max attack. I don't know if he is scarfed or anything like that, unfortunately. However, I do know that he's not banded. He goes into the Celesteela, which this Crobat obviously can't touch, which makes me think that he is a sub Leech Seed set a little bit, so I'm going to go right here into my Victini, as his only switch into this really is the Miltank, if he wants to be safe, as he does get up the sub, which is a bit annoying because sub Celesteela is just, it's so annoying to play. If he was sub Protect right here, that would have been really, really bad for me. As I do land a Blue Flare, so thankfully Victini does land its Blue Flares, because you know my name is Blue, we don't miss the Blue Flares. I'm so funny. Anyways, he goes for the Leech Seed, just to chip at my Victini a little, get some health back on his Celesteela, as keeping this healthy is really nice for the Victory Bell, as Victory Bell does kind of run through the team that he did bring, unfortunately for him. So Leech Seed's gonna accept some health. He's almost at full, as I'm going to make a switch into my Lugia on the predicted Miltank, because I feel like Miltank is a switch here, predicting the Victini Blue Flare, which he does go into the Miltank. And here, what I'm going to do actually is set up a sub, because I don't want him to Toxic me. I know Rocks was an obvious play, however, I really wanted, couldn't afford to risk him being Toxic Miltank and poisoning my Lugia this early. So as you can see, Lugia does have a sub up. He cannot break my sub in any way, unless he's like, maybe max attack with Ice Punch, I don't know. I'm not even sure if that breaks the sub. So he goes into Celesteela here, as I can just fire up a Calm Mind with my Lugia. As Calm Mind's going to go off, Lugia +1/+1, sitting tight. I need to get to about +4/+5 to be able to one-shot this thing with Thunderbolt. So Celesteela just proving that it's a very annoying mon in the format. It does not die. But Lugia being able to sit in front of it, I feel like is a really nice thing. As you're going to see second Calm Mind go off from me. I lose nothing by clicking Calm Mind. And he's actually going to go for the Heavy Slam to try to break my sub. It is a roll to break my sub though, so that's very unfortunate for him. As he does go off the Heavy Slam, it's going to hit the Lugia. And fortunately, it does not break my sub, which does reveal that he is not heavily attack invested on this Celesteela, which is very nice for me. So, damn, I have a splinter in my thumb. That hurts. Anyways, I'm going to fire up a third Calm Mind, and the game is looking really, really nice for me right here. As I know this Heavy Slam is going to break my sub, so the next turn I can always just get another sub up and hope that he does not break it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with my Lugia, as I do get the Leftovers recovery. So I am basically at full now, and I'm at +3/+3, special attack and special defense. But unfortunately here, he's going to go for the Heavy Slam, and no crit or anything, which is nice for me. But he does break my sub, which does reveal that he does, it is a roll obviously to break it, so that is kind of sucks for me. So what I'm going to do here is just Thunderbolt the Celesteela, you know, just get damage off on it. And my misplay here was not going for another sub or trying to Calm Mind again, because as you can see that Heavy Slam does nothing. His play was never to Leech Seed on my potential sub, so kind of a misplay by me. As you're going to see here, I'm just going to take out the Celesteela, and this Thunderbolt, depending on how bulky his Gyarados is, could potentially be a roll, and that could be very, very bad for me. But what's nice to know is that he won't Dragon Dance or anything, because I do have the Ditto in the back. I could sub and then Thunderbolt para him, which can be annoying for his Gyarados, as that kind of wins me the game here. So Gyarados comes in, Intimidate goes off, doesn't really matter. He's going to Mega Evolve his Gyarados into the Mega Gyarados. You know, Mega Gyarados, pretty cool mon. Looks like a shrimp tempura, kind of. Haha, that's why I like to name mine. So Mold Breaker, that's a thing. Multi-scale isn't active for me though. So this Thunderbolt at +3/+3, not going to kill. And this Crunch, unfortunately, because he did gets damage off on his with the Celesteela, Lugia is going to go down. So kind of a misplay by me, not trying to be greedy. I guess is the safe thing to do, I guess. Yeah, just not trying to be greedy, because if I did have the sub up, then that would have been a really good situation for me. However, I can just go into Majuku the Darkrai here and take him out with a Thunderbolt. Revealing that I have Thunderbolt on at least 3 Mons, as Victini is likely carrying the Thunderbolt, let's be real. I'm not carrying Thunder because I am running a Heat-Rock Groudon, and that'd just be dumb. So he goes into his Zygarde here. I'm just going to Dark Pulse, you know, get the flinch, bop, flinch, you know, with the Darkrai. So obviously he cannot Dragon Dance or sub or anything like that. He's just going to fire off his Dragonium Z. So bye-bye Darkrai. Kind of unfortunate. Wish I kind of ran Ice Beam. Wish I didn't a bit, because I really wanted Nasty Plot just to break through his team a bit easier. 4 attacks Darkrai, hindsight, would have been a pretty nice set, but he could have been like Yoshi Berry or something like that. Got Dragon Dance up. I don't know, maybe subbed on my Switch to sack something, because Darkrai obviously is never a sack. Dedicated sack. It's just a special Weavile, guys, come on. So I can go into my Victini here and freely click Blue Flare. If he does go Miltank, then I do have counterplay to that, such as the Groudon's still alive, so that's nice. Victory Bell can kill it if it's at about 75%. And yeah, I'm just going to go into my Victini here. As he goes Xerneas, so very interesting play, not seeing the Miltank here, out here. As you're going to see, this Specs Blue Flare from this Victini is going to do a lot to this Xerneas. That does a lot of damage as he gets up the sub here. And right here, I'm thinking, okay, so he gets 1 hit off. I don't think Xerneas can do much to me, though. He can get a bit of chip on me, which can get a bit annoying. Taking down the Crobat, as Brave Bird might not be able to take me out from here with Victini. But he's going to go for the Ingrain, and kind of a misplay by Mike. Unfortunately for him, not getting damage off on my Victini would have been nicer for his Crobat, as it would have increased the Crobat's longevity to try to sweep late game with Brave Bird. His Crobat, actually, I'll get into that later. So Victini does pick up its 2nd kill of the game. Yumcake, you know, firing off those blue flares, as now he goes into the Miltank. As right here, I can just Blue Flare, kind of checking its damage to see what it'll do. Reveals he is mixed defensive with Thick Fat. He fires off the Toxic here with his Miltank. But this damage necessary, I feel like, is nice, as it forces him to Milk Drink up. And I can go into my Groudon, get my Rocks up so that Victory Bell can KO the Crobat. And then just keep Miltank low enough to the point where Victory Bell can win late game with at least 2 turns of Sun left. So here, all I have to do is just play it around so that his Crobat is weakened a bit, and Miltank is a bit weakened a bit as well. As those are the 2 things left that, annoying as it is, they both kind of take hits from the Victory Bell pretty well. So here he's going to pull his switch into his Crobat. I'm just going to fire off Precipice Blades just to get damage off. Unfortunately for me, I do not get damage off on it. So he's going to go for a U-turn here. I thought he would Brave Bird, honestly, just to get damage off. But I think that what he was trying to do was sweep with Crobat late game. You know, try to preserve health on it. So here I'm just going to go for the Fire Punch. Try to do damage to that Crobat. Kind of a misplay by me. But right here, I realized that he kind of has to win late game with his Crobat in order to have a chance. But the thing is, I have a Ditto. But he does reveal that, in his commentary, that he is a Scarf Crobat. So, that means that it creates a more difficult situation for me, because he can get more differential points off me, and can make this game a bit more closer with a bit of, you know, stuff here and there. So I'm just going to get my rocks up and pull the Dragon Tail, just to get some damage off on the Crobat. Try to keep everything down. But here I have to keep track of the sun turns to make sure I have 2. Here my play is to never go hard Victory Bell. I do have to sack something to get it in for free in order for it to win. So here he's just going to go for a U-turn. I believe I am going to Dragon Tail again, pull in the Crobat, you know, get some more damage off on it. That's, Discord is acting up for me. Dragon Tail off, Miltank, you know, it's at half now. And he goes into his Crobat. So now here, because he does realize what I'm trying to do here, I'm actually going to pull the switch just so that I can keep the drought up, just in case it does run out and Victory Bell is not in the sun. A Scarf Crobat can potentially sweep me. So here I'm going to pull the switch into my Ditto and Imposter his Crobat, which does create a speed tie now, which is a bit annoying. But if I play it right, I win the game 100%. Because all I need to do is have Victory Bell in on the Miltank, and this Crobat is weakened enough to the point where it cannot Brave Bird spam to win, especially with Groudon and Victini still having that health left. However, I'm going to win the speed tie here, which does get the win for me. So all I can do here is go into my Strawberry, the Victory Bell, as the sun does go out. So that's kind of like why I stayed in there. I wanted to keep sun up just in case with my Groudon. So I can go into my Victory Bell here. He is in range of a Sludge Bomb, and that'll be a good game to Pokemaster Mike in his New York Mews. Your San Diego State Azelf's improved to 3-0 plus 11. So strong start to the league. We already have 3 times as many wins as we do in League Dependency. Even though I should have gotten the loss for my last game, as Random kind of destroyed me. Anyways, that's the GG. Next week we are up against our good friend Quinn, coach of the Toronto Togekiss. He is a Mewtwo. I don't like Mewtwo. Mewtwo's a scary, scary mon to go up against. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to join the BBL server, which is in this description below. Support your Azovs, you know, and get to talk to people there. I think it's a really chill community, and I'd love for you guys to join it. Anyways, that's me, Perfect Blue, signing off for today. Thank you for watching the video. Comment down below what you think of my 3-0 record, as I'm probably going to brag about it a little bit on Discord. I don't know. Nah, I won't do that. My team's kind of busted. Let's be real. Quadruple Ubers, that's kind of insane. Yeah, I'm just rambling on now. Maki's the best girl. Anyways, have a wonderful day.